Hi everyone, I'm Tanuja and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm gonna share you a story that is a short story that will improve your listening skills. So listen it carefully. So let's start. Once there lived a brave king who had fought many battles and won. But unfortunately, in his last battle, he was badly wounded. He was saved, but in that battle, he lost his one eye and one leg. The king was very intelligent and kind. In his kingdom, everyone lived happily and healthy life because of him. One day, the king was walking through his palace hallway and he saw the portrait of his ancestors. The portrait of all his ancestors were very beautiful and their valor and beauty were shown in that portrait. He thought that one day his children will walk in the same palace and will remember all the ancestors through those portraits. But the king did not have his portrait because of his physical disabilities. He wasn't sure how his painting would turn out to be. So he invited many famous painters from his kingdom to the court. The king then announced that he wants a beautiful portrait for himself to be placed in the palace. Any painter who can carry out this should come forward. He will be rewarded based on how the portrait turns out. All the people and other painters were curious and nervous, thinking how can any painter make the beautiful portrait of king because the king is physically disabled. What if king did not like the portrait and gets angry? In such a situation, he can even give the death penalty. That's why no painter dared to come forward. The king and all the ministers were waiting for any painter to accept this proposal. There was silence in the court for some time. After all, a painter came forward and said, "My lord, I will make your portrait." Everyone looked at the painter eagerly and felt that he will be punished in vain. The painter asked the king for a week's time to make the portrait. The king gladly agreed. After a week, the day had come when the painter had to bring the portrait of king. The whole court was crowded with people. Everyone was curious to see how the painter would make a beautiful portrait of king who doesn't have one eye or one leg. But when the painter presented the portrait, everyone in the court, including king, was left stunned. The painter made a portrait in which the king was sitting on the horse on his one side leg, holding his bow and aiming the arrow with his one eye closed. It was a wonderful portrait. The king was very pleased to see that the painter has made a beautiful portrait and cleverly hiding his disability. The king honored him in the whole assembly and gave lots of rewards. If we see in our life, we will find that we often look the shortcomings of others, but we forget that everyone has some merits and demerits. If we see only shortcomings in others, then our attitude of thinking will become negative. In such a situation, we will find negatively in every situation. That's why we should always look for the good qualities of others and ignore deficiencies. We should learn to focus on the qualities of others instead of weaknesses. If we think and approach positively, even in a negative situation, then our thinking will become optimistic and we shall be able to solve our problems. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you guys.